It's Tuesday, June 6, 2023. Before we start the video today, please make sure to like this video, share this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that bell notification down below so that you are alerted when the newest videos drop. But I want to start today's video out and I want to respond to somebody that made a comment about a day or two ago. And I don't remember this individual's name. I don't remember exactly what they said, but this is the gist of it right here. They said, I'm not a very nice person because I'm going to capitalize on somebody's loss, this regarding a home. And I wanted to respond to that because this to me is a very ignorant person. If you've been watching this channel for the last 5 years, you understand that that's the farthest thing from the truth. I make these videos so that people don't lose, so that people are preparing, so that people are becoming stronger, so that people are going to be able to be prosperous during the worst of times, so that people are making good decisions right now so they don't pay the price tomorrow. But this individual, very ignorant, should listen to the entirety of my videos and maybe they would understand what this channel is all about and what I've been trying to do over the last 5 to 6 years. I don't want to see people lose. I want to see people prosper, and I want to see people protect their wealth. I want to see people protect their families, protect themselves, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. But what about people who just didn't care over the last few years? People who were reckless with their spending, reckless with their investing, people who just didn't want to pay their bills because they were in forbearance and, just thought that they would go out and buy a new Charger, a new Challenger, not worry about anything, continue to run up the credit card bills, not worry if they would have a job tomorrow. But, we have a country now where I think the last I looked, 39.5% of people's income is going to a mortgage payment. This gives very, very little room for a mistake, very little room for an emergency. And so I never told people to go buy a home and fall in and buy into the FOMO. I never advised for people to buy a home and have nearly 40% of their income going to a mortgage payment. I never told people to go out and buy a new overpriced car. What about the people that got sucked into all this FOMO? They just had to have it today because they want instant satisfaction. So, I can't feel sorry for everybody. And a lot of these people are going to pay the piper now. I don't want to see people get hurt. I don't want to see people lose their homes, but they're not going to lose their homes to me. They're going to lose their homes to the bank. I honestly don't want to buy a home from a bank. I don't have that much time to wait. I need to get out of here, out of the state of California much sooner before we start seeing a massive crisis in foreclosures. I'm willing to pay a little bit of a premium to get out of here. I really don't want to deal with a bank. I'd much rather buy from a private party where both sides are happy. But I guess we're supposed to feel sorry for these people. What about people, with all the student loan debt, yet they went out and bought a house thinking they were never going to have to pay their student loan back? So I guess I should feel sorry for these people. What about the sellers out there right now who bought a home back in 2020 for $225,000? And I see this all the time, all over the country, areas that I'm looking in the South. A home was purchased for $220,000. $225,000 back in 2020, and now today it's on the market for $650,000. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am not paying anybody $650,000 for a home that they just bought for $225,000 3 years ago. Not going to happen. Now, when these people get real and they come back down to earth, we'll probably get a deal done. Now, what about people who bought, another home, 2 homes, 3 homes, just to do Airbnb? So they wanted to get into the hotel business and gamble, and now Airbnb is slowing down, so now they're going to have to unload a house, maybe 2 houses. Am I supposed to feel sorry for these people? Am I supposed to not buy a home because I should just feel sorry for these people because they were irresponsible, reckless, buying into the FOMO, believing everything was going to be okay, that this was going to go on forever and ever and ever? I cannot feel sorry for delusional people. I don't feel sorry for greedy people. And people are about to learn a very, very serious lesson here. It's going to be a life lesson for a lot of people. So to that individual, you're very ignorant, in my opinion. I'm not looking to take advantage of anybody, but I'm also not going to be taken advantage of. Just because you bought a home for 200 grand 3 years ago, I'm not giving you 650 for it today because it isn't worth it. We're going to get real. This market is about to get real, and we're beginning to see that now in commercial real estate, and we're going to see it happen in the housing market here very, very soon. So again, to that individual, please watch the entirety of my videos. Go back a few years ago and see what I've been talking about. Just listen to any video this week. I'm not here to tell people to be reckless, careless, and irresponsible. I'm here to make sure people are getting ready for the storm, that people are being extremely defensive right now, and that they're preparing, that they're getting their debts paid down, that they're not living above their means. Live below your means. If you make 100 grand right now, live like you make 50. So I just wanted to clear the air with that, because I really don't understand when people say stuff like that, because it's the farthest thing from the truth. So to that individual, this is nothing personal, but I hope you see what I'm saying. Now, I want to share a few articles with you that just came out today. This one, first one, coming from the Daily Mail. Fears grow over looming supply chain crunch as workers at critical West Coast ports refuse to turn up to work amid pay negotiations, and it could take weeks to clear backlog of back-to-school and holiday goods. More than 40% of the country's imported goods are filtered right here through the West Coast, Long Beach and Los Angeles. Dock workers have been no-showing for the last week as their union continues a contract negotiation with port management. Work stoppages at the West Coast ports are stoking fears of a supply chain crunch and could ripple across the country. What do you think about this? And as I'm watching the news today, not a word about this. This is, to me, is a huge deal. Are we going to begin to see ships piling up again? This, to me, is going to cause more inflation, because prices are going to begin to go up. And what about some of these goods that have to be taken off these ships or have to be out of these containers? Because they're perishable goods, they're just sitting right now. So how bad could this get? Here's another one from CNBC. West Coast port labor issues continue as some Los Angeles-bound rail shipments get paused. Union Pacific has now halted shipments from Denver-bound for Los Angeles ports as union workers who specialize in rail shipments are not arriving at the labor halls. This is the busiest port in the nation. $440 billion in cargo is processed each year right here at the West Coast. There's a lot of agriculture that goes through these ports. And these shipments can spoil, and now they've been sitting for days. Reduced labor means reduced capacity to work vessels. That means these vessels are going to be sitting. Vessels aren't getting loaded. Vessels aren't getting unloaded. Containers are sitting there with whatever's in them. They're not moving, and so we're going to have a delay of products getting to the stores. And every day that goes by begins to cause serious issues. So let me know your thoughts on that. But again, I didn't see anything on any of the financial channels today. Maybe I missed it. Maybe you saw something on it. What do you think about it? What does this mean as far as prices? And what does this mean? Are we going to begin to see some shortages at the stores again? I mean, it is unbelievable what is happening to this economy. And it just seems that we cannot get any traction going with the economy. And here we go again, possibly with shortages. And now here we go again. More problems in commercial real estate. The hedge. Park Hotels makes difficult decision to stop paying San Francisco commercial mortgage-backed security loan, citing concerns over street conditions. Park Hotels and Resorts announced Monday it ceased making payments on a $725 million commercial mortgage-backed security loan, which is scheduled to mature in November of 2023. The loan is secured by two of its San Francisco hotels that it plans to remove from its portfolio. $725 million. They're not making payments on this. So who's going to feel the pain here? Well, I think it's going to be some wealthy investors. I think it's going to be some banks, probably some regional banks. Now, if they take these properties back and they put them on the market, what are they going to sell for? Probably 50% less than what they were purchased for. We're going to see huge trouble in the commercial real estate market. We're already seeing big trouble. How long can the banks survive this beatdown? That's just beginning. We're talking a lot of money here. A lot of money. I mean, this is a $725 million loan that Park Hotels and Resorts is walking away from. Somebody's going to eat it. Here's another one from The Hedge today. What are older office towers worth in the new era? Just to kind of go through this article, I mean, this is really frightening. San Francisco right now has a vacancy rate, or had a vacancy rate back in 2019 of 7%. Today, it's about 33%. Wells Fargo sold an office tower it purchased back in 2008 for $108 million. It listed it last year for $160 million. It sold this year for $42 million, 60% below purchase price, 71% below the asking price. Union Bank Tower, that's at 350 California Street. We've talked about this a few times. It was listed for $250 million. It sold for $60 million. Somebody is taking some very, very big hits. Markets today were up barely, but you would think that this is a serious canary in the coal mine, that markets would be concerned about this. Markets are concerned about nothing. All the markets are concerned. They're not concerned about billions of dollars of losses in commercial real estate. They're not concerned about you losing your job. Markets are concerned if the Fed is going to pause and reverse course. They want free, easy money. They don't care about you. They don't care about commercial real estate. These markets just care about the next fix. Another one from The Hedge today. New poll finds half of major corporations plan to cut office space as commercial real estate turmoil rages on. Again, this is another canary in the coal mine, and this is going to mean more big banking trouble. Regional banks are going to take the brunt of this more than likely. But yet, nobody's talking about it today. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about the ports. Don't worry about a shipping crisis. Don't worry about commercial real estate. Don't worry about the danger in regional banking right now and all these bad loans. Don't worry about the bad auto loans, the billions of dollars of bad auto loans that are out there. Don't worry about 15,000 autos being repoed today. Don't worry about the auto auctions lined up row after row after row of repossessed vehicles that they cannot sell. Don't worry about none of that. Just worry about if the Fed is going to lower interest rates. That's going to fix all of our problems, isn't it? Here's another one. Fox Business. World Bank warns global economy to slow sharply amid higher interest rates. The threat of higher interest rates and possibly more turmoil in the banking sector following the recent bank collapses this spring could slow economic growth even more this year. Remember, there is now over $304 trillion of global debt. We are going to watch a very historic event take place where we are going to watch a global depression, not a global recession. We're there already. We're going to watch a global depression take place, and we're watching it take place right now. And we're going to watch more countries, including this one right here, the United States of America, grow more and more poor. We're going deeper into debt. $200+ trillion of unfunded liabilities here in America, $31.8 trillion of national debt, and it's just growing out of control. We're growing more and more poor. People can't pay utility bills. People can't make the auto payments. People cannot make their commercial mortgage-backed security payments. People cannot make their student loan payments. This is going to end very, very bad, ladies and gentlemen, and the piper is going to get paid, and there's going to be a lot of pain and suffering out there, and that's why I've been making these videos for 5+ years, warning all of you that this day is getting very, very close. And I hope that over the years, all of you have been preparing, and I think now my best advice to everybody is accelerate your preparations. And if you haven't been preparing, you need to be preparing quickly. very, very quickly. And I cannot stress that enough. We are getting very, very close. We look at what's happening overseas, the talk of war, talk of global depression. We're watching a society break down, and we're watching these markets on Wall Street completely propped up. We're watching literally all the data manipulated, and some people are very, very complacent right now. And these are going to be the people that lose it all because they don't see what's coming. How you could not see right now, clear as day, what's coming, I don't know what to tell you. There'll be people that write me in the comments saying, everything's fine where I live. Hey, I'm doing great at work. And God bless you if you are. If you live in Mayberry, if you live in a small town in South Dakota, Montana, you live in a small town somewhere in Indiana and everything's good, God bless you. I hope it stays good for as long as possible. But nationally, globally, things are melting down. We have never seen things in such a disaster. I mean, it's from food to finances to society to leadership to war, inflation, interest rates, debt, everything is absolutely spinning out of control. I want to finish with this last article from the New York Post. This happened in Fullerton, California. I know it well, lived there many, many years ago. And I was watching this video. Korean War veteran fights off robbers in wild pepper spray attack. This was unbelievable. Fullerton, California, nice community. This gentleman, this Korean War veteran, is in his garage, and two suspects walk up to him while he's in his garage, and they approach him and they pepper spray him. And he basically just goes into fight mode. Now, we don't know if they were trying to get into his house, if it was going to be some type of home invasion. They were going to try to take the vehicle out of his garage. Who knows? Maybe take the watch off his wrist. I don't know. But this dude put up a heck of a fight, fought him off, and they took off. But it is another reminder of why we all really have to be awake today, why we have to be using or exercising situational awareness, knowing our environment, even when we are at home. Somebody rings the doorbell. Is it, somebody's in a uniform. Is it really a FedEx or a UPS driver? You don't know. People have been, using these fake uniforms to get into people's homes. You don't know who's at the door. So make sure you take precautions. Make sure that you know who's at the door. If you don't feel comfortable, don't answer the door. When you walk out of the house, know what's around you. No. I mean, it's really sad. We live in a time right now where we're talking about using situational awareness while you're at home. But luckily, this gentleman was aware and he was ready to go. And God bless him, he's okay. And a lot of respect to that guy. Put up a heck of a good fight. But it's a reminder to all of us that you don't know. Once you open that door, once you walk outside, or let somebody in your home, you have to be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be prepared. And it's sad that we're living in these type of times, that we're watching these kind of events unravel. But people who cannot see what is happening right now, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. The people, I would say that 99% of the people watching this channel see exactly what is happening. And all I could say is don't get complacent, keep preparing, keep training, and, keep praying. The best thing we can do right now is, look, everything is out of our hands. We cannot stop what is about to happen. There's too much debt. There's too much money printing. There's no way we can stop this. All we can do now is try to weather the storm and basically, absorb as much as a hit as possible, because nobody is going to go through this and not feel some pain. There's just no way that there's any going back. There's no going back to normal. There's no way that anybody is not going to feel the pain here, because you are going to see a time where society completely melts down. The economy is going to completely melt down. The markets are going to completely melt down. And hopefully this does not lead us into a massive world war, because this country is not prepared for that. This country cannot even take care of itself. You know that. I know that. How in the world could we go into a world war? We are completely unprepared for that. we would take huge losses. We need to be taking care of things here right now. We better be taking care of the US dollar, because the US dollar is, in my opinion, on borrowed time. We better be taking care of our own people right now. People in America are suffering. I see the homelessness. I see the dependency, the suicide, the drug addiction. It's a complete mess. People better get right with God. This country better get right, because we're going to wake up one day and it's going to be a whole different world. And I'm really worried about that. I'm really fearful that we're going to wake up one day and there's going to be no going back. So nobody has a crystal ball, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how bad it's going to get. I think it's going to get pretty bad. Can it be saved? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. And it really hurts me to say that. There's going to be a lot of pain out there. And, you know, people have been playing video games so long. They've been living in a bubble for so long. They have fake wealth. They live in a fake world. They have no idea what real pain is. They've never gone through a depression. They've never gone through a war. They've never seen extreme events take place. And they're not prepared for it. Mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially, they are completely unprepared for this. And that's what's really, really concerning. We as a people have become very lazy, very weak. We're not prepared to deal with tough times. We are not prepared. So get in the mindset right now, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare the best that you can. That's all we can do right now. We cannot stop what's coming. It is out of our hands now. So get ready, get prepared. God bless all of you. Like, subscribe, share this video. And we'll see what transpires over the next 24 hours. And that's all I can say today. It's not looking good whatsoever. I wish I had better news. God bless.